The alarm was supposed to ring at 6:15. It didn't. Or maybe it did and Hannah Lewis simply slept through it, something she hadn't done in years. Either way, when her eyes opened and she saw the clock glowing 7:02, her stomach dropped. No, she whispered, throwing the covers aside. Her meeting started at 8. It was an important one, the kind that could change things at work. She rushed through her routine, skipping breakfast, pulling her hair into a quick knot, grabbing her bag without checking its contents. By 7:18, she was in her car. Traffic was already building. Red lights seemed longer than usual. Every delay felt personal. "This is exactly what I didn't need today," she muttered, gripping the steering wheel. The week had already been difficult. Long hours, unexpected bills, and the quiet loneliness that followed her home each night. She had promised herself she'd stay on top of everything, be organized, be early. And now she was late. Halfway to work, she realized she'd forgotten her coffee. She sighed. Normally she wouldn't stop, but her head felt heavy, and she knew she'd regret it later. She pulled into a small cafe she rarely visited, already calculating the lost minutes. Inside, the line moved slowly. Hannah checked her watch repeatedly, shifting her weight from foot to foot. In front of her stood an older man, counting coins carefully into his palm. He looked apologetic each time he dropped one. "I'm sorry," he said to the cashier. "Just a minute." Hannah glanced at the clock on the wall. She felt impatience rising, but then she noticed his hands trembling slightly, and the way he double-checked each coin. He finally sighed. "I guess I'm short." "It's all right," the cashier said kindly. "You can..." "I've got it," Hannah heard herself say. She stepped forward and handed over a few dollars. The man looked surprised. "You don't have to." "It's okay," she replied gently. "I'm already running late. Might as well do something right on the way." He smiled, relief softening his face. "Thank you. You didn't have to do that." Hannah shrugged. "Have a good morning." She grabbed her coffee and hurried back to her car. As she pulled out, she noticed the man slowly walking toward the bus stop, holding his cup carefully with both hands. Something about the moment stayed with her. The rush didn't feel quite as sharp anymore. Traffic cleared slightly, but she still arrived at work at 8:06. She braced herself as she walked into the conference room. The meeting had already started. She slipped into a chair quietly, apologizing with a nod. Her manager glanced at her but didn't seem upset. The conversation continued. As it turned out, the meeting was delayed by a technical issue. Nothing important had been missed. In fact, her portion hadn't even started yet. She exhaled slowly. Later that afternoon, Hannah stepped outside for some air. The morning still lingered in her thoughts, the rush, the frustration, the small, unexpected kindness. She realized something. If the alarm had gone off, she wouldn't have stopped. She wouldn't have met the man. She wouldn't have slowed down long enough to notice anything. The bad start had shifted the entire day. That evening, she returned home and placed her bag on the table. The apartment felt quiet, but not as heavy as usual. She made dinner, then sat by the window with a cup of tea. Her phone buzzed with an email from her manager. "Thanks for your input today. Your perspective helped shape the final decision." She smiled. The day hadn't fallen apart after all. Before bed, Hannah set her alarm for the next morning. 6:15, she paused, then added another one. 6:20, just in case. As she turned off the light, she thought about how easily the day could have gone differently. How one missed alarm had led to one small act which quietly changed her mood, her pace, her perspective. Sometimes the moments that feel like mistakes are just life gently rearranging the schedule. Because not every delay is a setback. Not every wrong start leads to a bad ending. And sometimes the alarm we miss is simply making room for the kindness we were meant to notice all along.